How you doing? You alright? Can you hear me alright? It probably might have helped if this was more organised. Oh, good. How you doing, Jenny? You alright? Hey, Tracy. I'm good, thank you. You? This is just a quick one, really, guys. It's probably going to be no more than like a half-hour live. I've got a call with a guy in America soon, so hang on a minute. My Apple Watch is trying to pair with my phone. How's everyone doing? Everyone's gone quiet. Ugh. God, good question, Emily. What advice would I give my past self? God, just, yeah, avoid certain people. Not that it's anyone else's fault but myself, but yeah, definitely avoid certain groups of people. Make better choices. Hey Karen. Yeah, everything's good, thank you. Do you know what? This was not a planned live. I've literally just jumped off a half hour, sort of touch base with everybody about sort of going forward. You know, we're looking for people to tell us stories that have been to prison as well, to jump on and share their story. That have been in prison too. So tomorrow night I am going live at 8 o'clock. Let me just clarify that actually. I'm going live at 8 p.m. with the True Crime Whisperer. So jump over. We'll be talking about Annalise, who took her life in prison. So yeah, just sort of touch base on stuff about, you know, deaths in prison and stuff like that, and mental health. Jenny, I'm good. Oh, do you know what? Work's been mental. Work's been absolutely mental. Literally crazy busy. So mum's good, thank you. Yeah, same old. Yeah, Stacey, that she's good. Yeah, she's not too bad. I'm good now. Now I've worked 6 days this week, and it's been something else. It's been very challenging. So I'm only just jumping on live. I'm just letting everyone know that tomorrow I'll be going live at 8 o'clock with a True Crime Whisperer, but it'll be on her channel, not mine. But yeah, we're just looking for sort of just to touch base with, to reach out, just saying, you know, we're starting a campaign. Me and Glenna are doing work together, and we're also looking for women that have been to prison, or even males. It doesn't have to be just women. Just to touch base if I like to share their story on my channel. I hope you're well though. Hope you're all well. Hey Tom, how you doing? And I got a call in about half an hour with my guy in America on death row. So it's just a short and sweet one. And if you guys have got any questions that you want to ask, it's not really often that I jump on a live on my own. So it's kind of a free range. Everyone's gone quiet now. I want to actually get him on a live. I want to get him on the phone and do a live with you guys, so you can have a free-for-all sort of questions and ask him anything that you want to ask him. Have any of you guys got any questions for me? Oh, wow, that must have been tough. I wonder, like, if there's a lot of comparison compared to like a mental hospital and prisons, because I guess you're locked up. Do you have like lockup times? Like, do you have association time? Can you do jobs, or are you just locked up in a cell all the time, or room, whatever you call it? I'm just waiting for you guys to jump in and ask the questions. You're making very, very big awkward silences for me. Oh yeah, so we've set up a website as well, guys. I'll do it on my they call it communities. Jeez, let me have a look. So what I'll do is I'll post a link on my community to a website that actually Glenna can take all the credit for, because I didn't build it. She's definitely the brains, definitely the brains behind the community. Yeah, so I'll post up the link to the website, so if you want to have a look at it. Yeah, she's done a wicked website page for me. For us, sorry. I apologise, for us. We have staff 24 hours a day, not allowed anywhere on your own, for your own safety. That's mad. Can you work? Like, do you get to work and stuff? Would you even be interested in sharing your story, Stacey? Like, I totally get it. This is not for everybody. I mean, even I get out of my comfort zone. Like now, like obviously the silences, it's like, what do I say? You know, but you kind of just sort of get used to it, and you don't have to by all means. But I think it would be a good comparison to actually like the treatment that you get, because I don't think there's much difference in it. Like, do the staff care? Like, how do the staff treat you? No, but like, can you get a job like in the mental hospital? You know, like in prison. So like, I can be a wing cleaner. Like, can you do stuff like that? Can you like have a job where you can come out your cell and do like laundry work? You know, like where you wash everyone else's clothes. Can you do things like that? Sorry, I was just reading a comment. What is the exact role of a barrister? So a barrister's like a step up from a solicitor. So like when you go to, don't quote me on it, but when you go to Crown Court, I believe they use, oh, there you go, the link's in the bio, guys. GDB Sounds. She's the brains behind it all. So check out the link. Yeah, please do check it out. Yeah, so I think like in Crown, so I think in Magistrates Court you have a solicitor, and then when it goes to Crown you have a barrister. So they're like a higher level, I guess. I'm guessing you go from a solicitor and you train up to be a barrister. I've been sectioned before. I moved here. I was in my last about 6 years, and yes, I'd be willing to tell my story of being in rehab hospital. Oh wow, Tom, that'd be like amazing. If you click the link in the comments that GDB Sounds has just put up, and then you just drop me your email, and I'll give you an email tomorrow, and we can arrange something. And that's really brave of you for obviously putting your story out there as well, because I think it'd be really, really good and really interesting to see actually how good or bad prisons actually do, like how well they treat you, or you know, how bad does the prisons treat you. Ah, thank you, Nikki. Karen, yeah, like, God, I never ever thought I would be able to change my life. I was in the drug world from, you know, about 13 years old, and I'm not the same person who I was when I went to prison. And it's not just about, you know, never selling drugs again. It's about me, my mentality. I'm still changing now, you know, each day goes by, but I'm definitely a much better person than I was back then. Oh, really? What do you have there, Emily? Yeah, because I know, so when I've been in magistrates, I just have a solicitor. That's what you call a solicitor. And then when I've been in Crown, so obviously, in magistrates court, I think they can only sentence you up to 6 months. And then if your crime's like more serious, then you go to Crown Court, and then they can sentence you obviously to life. And then that's when you need a barrister. Because some, yeah, you have it whether you go on trial or not. Because I went guilty and I still had a barrister. Yeah, so it's someone that represents you basically, that tries to basically get you off your charge or get you a lower sentence. I've never been to prison. My brother has 3 times. I'm not, so I got suspended prison sentence 3 years. Oh, no, you're not allowed to quote a friend. I share my story as mine. And I will share my story as mine is from domestic abuse and lost my mind, friend. I'm still on my road to recovery. Listen, Stacey, by all means, the link again has been posted in the comments twice. And obviously it'd be amazing if you do want to, but at the same time, like, your mental health is more important than anything. So if you feel talking about it and you're not ready to yet, then please don't. Mental health is more important than anything being posted on the channel. This is, this kind of stuff is about getting out there, because we're so quick to say how the prison neglects mental health, but I'm curious to how actually in a mental hospital you guys get treated, and would it be any different? I think magistrates can give year max, Fran, I may be wrong. Yeah, I mean, I'm going 6 months, but I know that from like 10, 15 years ago, so it may well have changed now. Is prison life much different for those who have no family to help them out with money and visits, etc., compared to those with help of their families? Yes, Patricia, massively, because I couldn't have done it without my friends and family on the outside. Like, literally, it's just, sometimes I didn't want visits. Sometimes I'd have a visit and I think, oh, I can't be bothered. It's quite draining to have a visit, but that's very small in comparison to how much I needed a visit, how much I'd come back like feeling alive after a visit. And then well, not little things, but like things like clothes being sent in and money makes a difference, because anyone that's been in prison, you ask them, it's all about canteen day. That's what everyone gets excited for. So if you've got no money to buy anything off canteen, then you're not looking forward to anything. You've got no visits, you've got no new clothes every 6 months, or even your other clothes coming in. So yeah, that would make a huge difference on someone's sentence. Tommy, it just really depends on what offence you're talking about, really. Yeah, it depends. And the thing is I've seen people go down, like someone can do fraud and someone's got, let's just say as an example, 3 years for like 100 grand on fraud. And then somebody's got like 5 years for 150 grand. So again, it really depends on the judge that day. Sorry, I'm just reading through the comments. So there's Rough Rider, there's not a maximum amount that you're allowed to spend. There's a maximum amount that you can have sent in. No, sorry. You can have, I think, you can have quite a few £100 sent in at a time, but only so much will be allowed to drop. So you can only have, if you're a standard prisoner, let's say it's £15 a week from the outside and then your wages. And then if you're enhanced, it used to be like £25 a week from the outside. So if I've got £500 stacked up over a couple of months where people have sent it in from the outside, only a set amount will be allowed to be dropped into my account weekly. But if I saved up £500 on my canteen sheet, I could spend that whole £500 in 1 week if I want to. No, Shota, you don't get them over. I don't believe you get them over here. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely not anywhere around here. You don't get them kind of visits. Thank you so much, Fran. But I'd like to share for others as I like to give back from what they help from me. And if anyone needs advice, okay, amazing. If you just want to drop me an email, then I will get it back to anyone. Anyone that drops me an email that would like to come on here and do a live. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a live. If you're uncomfortable with that, we can meet up and I can do a recording off a live and then post it. If you want your face blacked out, whatever works for you guys. We're just trying to sort of raise awareness on, again, if you check out the link in the comments of the webpage that we've had set up, you have a better understanding of where we're going. Although I got my house raided and went to Crown Court for almost 3 weeks for giving out leave. What? Drug. It's got to be rough for those without family. It's like being trampy kid in the playground that everyone's. Do you know what, Patricia? It's not actually that bad. Like, it's, believe it or not, it's actually less. I feel like it is less judgmental in prison than it is on the outside. And people are good. Like, so when I went in, I lost a lot of weight. So all my designer clothes I gave into the charity shop, which then they'll sell £150 jumper for like £3. So obviously everybody earns money like from their jobs, so basically they can go and spend that in the charity shop and buy that jumper for £3. So they can, and even like sometimes I would like just chill in a prison tracksuit. A lot of the prisoners that had their own clothes and stuff, they would wear some of the prison issued stuff, so no one really cared. And I gave clothes out when I left as well. I gave clothes to a woman that was doing a long time in there, and she had nobody on the outside. I gave my coat and all that kind of stuff. So it might be a bit more where it's up, like, because I lived on like the enhanced wing, so everybody had, like, not everybody, but some, like a lot of people had better morals than up the main block. Don't get me wrong, main block girls did have morals as well, but it was a bit, I don't know, it's like living sort of in a standard place and then the ghetto kind of thing. Thank you. The link has just been posted again in the comments, guys, if you want to check it out. My partner is HMP Send and we're getting married at HMP Send, but the paperwork is taking time. Oh, nice. I was in Send. That was the last prison I was released from. Yeah, everything's long-winded. They don't want to make anything easy for you because the way, especially some of the officers in Send I dealt with, they don't like the privilege that you get. So like being on a privilege wing, we was allowed out till 10 o'clock every night, whereas up main block you're locked up by about 7 o'clock. And they didn't like it. They didn't like that we had these privileges. And the thing is we don't make the rules. We don't make the rules that you can get married in prison. We don't make the rules that we can stay out late. So, you know, I don't see why they need to punish us for something that we never created. So, yeah, as much as it's probably frustrating, just accept that they probably will take their sweet ass time. But kick up a fuss. Trust me, that's the only way to get heard. And if you start kicking up a fuss, then that's when they'll listen to you and make things move faster. I learnt that in prison. That if you keep your mouth shut, you don't really get anywhere. If you start kicking off and screaming, you get what you want, which isn't the right way, but they just do it to shut you up. Oh, how cold can it get in prison when it's the winter, when there's a brick walls about? Do you know what, Tommy? It is freezing in prison in the winter. Absolutely freezing. In Bronzefield, it's horrific. You make a hot water bottle and it'd go cold within about an hour. And I've slept in tracksuits and stuff before. Tracksuits, dressing gown, and a quilt. So, yeah, it gets really cold. And then in the summer, you can just sit still and you'll just drip in places you didn't even think was possible. That's horrific. William, can you get phones and drugs in female prisons too? Yes, it's flooded. They're flooded. They come in from prisoners, girls going out doing their rottles, prison officers, visits. Yeah. one of my friends had a phone, hence how I got a couple of pictures of my room. I wish I'd got more pictures, actually, to be fair, but it's so easy in there. Yeah, where's my Pepsi Max? Patricia, you make it sound like community living, but I still think it seems utterly terrifying, as scary as falling from the Titanic into the Atlantic. No, I'm not in jail now. No, do you know what? I think I talk too much about how the good times, and that's the problem. But it became my home. You know, I spent nearly 4 years in prison, so it just I kind of got to the point where I forgot where I was, and I just called it home. So I just adapted to that way of living, but it is terrifying, absolutely terrifying. You know, it takes a good couple of months to settle in. When you're, you know, if I can sit here now and I go, oh, this time was a good time, but if I actually took myself back into that cell for the first year, I literally, you know, the first year was the toughest because I had to sit with myself, and I didn't like that at all. You know, I got really down, I got really depressed, and then you can't get away from nobody. You can't get away from it when the arguments start, or you get dragged into someone's drama, or the officers, or anything. Like, you are trapped, and just that entrapment feeling alone is horrific. Andrew, I love jail, to be honest. Yeah, fair enough. What jail was you in? When are you going back to the hairdresser to get the other half of your I can't afford to get the other side cut yet, so it'll be a little while, sorry. I ain't a drug dealer no more, so I can't afford to get the other bit done. Andrew, what prison was you in? Some people, it's just weird as hell, man. Oh dear. Do all prisoners have a sort of cock walk, as in the hardest girl there that everyone's scared of? No, Patricia, it's more, I would say, more of the strongest character. You know, there's people, hey, Happy, there's people that, sorry, I'm trying to like respond to a question while reading the questions. Right, let me just stop and go back to yours. Yeah, so there's not a top dog of the wing, or the prison. That doesn't happen like in Wentworth and all that kind of stuff. But they do have like a real, you know, you'll have that strongest character, or you'll have someone that's like more gang, and stuff like that. And there'll be like girls that girls are scared of. But you know, a lot of people just get on with everybody. You'll find that even sort of like, for example, I done induction work, and I remember this woman come on, and she was quite old, bless her. She must have been like, I don't know, maybe mid-60s or something. And I took her onto main block, and you know, one of the girls with like, she was in there for life, so she's got not exactly a reputation, but some people are just scared of her because she's just you know, that comes across a certain type of way. But you know, even she sound like, you know, I come on and I'm like, oh, make sure you look after her, and she's like, yeah, come on. She's like, I'm such and such, you know, like everyone just pulls together as a little family until you start screwing with people. Then that's obviously, you know, you start owing people money for drugs and stuff like that. That's when it becomes a different ball game for you. No, I haven't met up with the True Crime Whisperer yet. We will do. We will do. It's just through lives at the minute. Yeah, Emily, I definitely believe that the UK prison is a whole different level of compared to America. I would never want to be in prison in America. I'd be scared. I'm not gonna lie. Where are we? I was in Bronzeford on remand first time. I'd never been so scared, but I got my own cell, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah, Joe, that's the terrifying bit, isn't it? Is when you first go in. Even I was petrified. I went in with somebody We both got nicked at the same time. Like someone was in the car with me, and I still shit myself. Especially Bronzefield, you know, that first night, because if you get in late like I did, it's so quiet. And then like in the morning when they open the cells, it's like, oh my God, where the hell am I? How do I think Lucy Letby's time will be? She'll get beaten up at some point. That'll be facts. Whether it's 6 months, a year, whatever, someone will get hold of her. Her crime's too out there. She's done such a horrific thing, so it'll be tough. She'll never be allowed to walk around the prison without being escorted by an officer. She will always have to be. She will always have to watch her back. She's always going to get abuse. But at the same time, she'll just make friends with another child killer or a paedophile or another wrong 'un, and then they would just make each other's time a bit easier. But the way her prison sentence would be in comparison to mine is going to be hell. Rightly so as well. Oh, hello Africa! Shout out to Africa. Where did your jail? I done in Bronzefield and HMP Send. Yeah, can you imagine? Stuff like that don't happen over here. Well, we don't have a steam press in prison anyway. Yeah, she's going for another appeal. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Stacey. Oh, we got a lot of deleted messages. I think I missed all these ones. She'll be a wing full of the same stab. Yes, yeah, she already is. In Bronzefield, she already is. Exactly. The first morning I scurried off back to my cell with my toes, too scared to sit at the table. Yeah, I didn't even want to come out. I didn't want to go down. It was only because, like, the person I went in with, she was like, come on, let's go down. It's mad. And then, how long was your remand for, Joe? Sorry? Oh, wow. Poland. Yeah, I did. Polish girls. The one girl I was padded up with, she was Russian, though. There's Polish officers, actually. But shout out to Poland. I'm loving that you guys are coming from all different parts of the world. I was locked up for conspiracy to supply Class A drugs. I can say I'm not proud of what I've done, but I'm also not ashamed. Like to say, that I've been in prison. I'm from Reading, near London, England, obviously. But thank you. What happened if you got no one to send you money in jail? How do you get things like PlayStations and stuff? So you have to save Call of Fame. So you get wages every week and you have to save them up. In Bronzefield, you get quite good money, but you could earn about £25 a week if you got a good job. And if you don't spend it on canteen, because prisons don't feed you that bad. You could live off the prison food, and people give out crisps and all that sort of stuff. So if you just bought like little stuff like packets of noodles, they used to be 50p. They're probably like £2 now. You'd be able to save money, and then you could buy whatever you liked. Lucy Letby seems like the most unlikely criminal, and I didn't think that the evidence was overwhelming. It's baffling to me. To be honest, Patricia, I haven't gone into it all. You're not the first person. There's so many people that say that, they think she's innocent. But, the stuff they found written in her room and stuff like that, it's a bit, unless it's planted there, who knows? If she's done this, she's an absolute sick monster. If she's not, then I take back what I say. But she's lost an appeal. She's been found guilty, so if she had some hard evidence that she didn't do it, this would have been brought up in the appeal. So who knows? I wasn't there. Luckily, only 9 days. Oh, nice. 9 days, though. People go, you only done 9 days, but still, that can feel like 9 weeks to you when it's your sentence. Was it? Did I make lots of money? It's like, do you know what? I went through highs and lows. I went through times when I had I had a Porsche and a truck and a Rolex, and then I had times where I had no money. I was worrying. I had to find money. So I had highs and lows. It wasn't all high, and I wasn't always, You know, I was nothing like the movies. I was nothing like these big time gangsters. But you know, like I said, there'd be times where I was worrying and I needed to make money to pay drug dealers. So it went through highs and lows. I've heard of London, not Reading. Is it rough? Yeah, no. I think it's the same as anywhere. You got really nice parts of it, and then you got really, really rough areas of it. It's not far from London. I was in the prison service. The job is bad today. Prison don't work for people. Thanks. Was you a prison officer, Chris? And do you know what? It doesn't. This is a lot to do with the channel because for I think more percentage of prison it doesn't, but it really worked for me. You know, I turned my whole life around, and not only that, like my mental state of mind. I done a course, so. But you know, I was in there a long time, and I was at the right point in my life to change, and I wanted help, and I took the help that was out there. I think you should come on. I think you should do a live with me another time, Chris. Tell him GDB sounds. What was the top notorious criminal in prison? That was John Danahay. Hi, Matthew. You're welcome. We've got people from all over the place tonight. And the things I got to go in a minute. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to have to go in a minute, guys. If you've got any more questions, you have to pop them up because I've got a call coming in from America. I'm Scotland, see? Shout out to Scotland. So, guys, yet again, I will say it one more time before I leave. If any of you guys have been a prison officer, if you've been in a mental hospital, if you've been in prison, whether it's 9 days, 9 weeks, 9 years, and you'd like to share your story, please click the link in the comment section and drop me an email. Yeah, she was. That was before my time, before I went in. I think the film Scar made me afraid of prison enough to keep me from going. Yeah, that's some nasty. Yeah, that's horrible. But I think prisons were like that back in the day. I actually do think. Hi, I'm literally coming off in a minute. Sorry. Yeah, I think it was different because even in the female prisons, they have cameras up, not obviously not in your cell, but not facing in your cell. So they'll have cameras facing like down the stairs and like so they can see officers. They can see basically if an officer goes in your room, because obviously things were happening to women. There's still pervy officers in there, but they basically they have it as evidence. I think a lot of too much. Oh God, I can't even speak as usual. Back in the day, I think there was a lot of sick stuff happening. So that's why it's all changed at night time. Like the wing staff don't do drugs. Not anymore. I used to. The officers at night time that are on the wing don't have keys to the cells, so they can't get into people's rooms at night. I was only in the Lewisham police station when I got arrested. They gave me some newspaper to read, some trashy paper. The cops read that. Do you know what? The police station, for me, I've been in them many a times. Not that I'm proud to say it, but I have. They are much worse than being in a prison cell. If I had to be in a police station for a weekend, I'd rather do a week in prison because you don't have anything. You just go insane. And then, like you say, they give you some crappy book if they've got one. And you don't even know what the time is. You know nothing. It's horrible. I know. It's tough. I will get one done, though. Nope. No, I don't. You end up getting your Cat D. Oh, I worked outside. So, yeah, I was working outside the prison, but it only lasted for about... Well, I was working outside in the officers' cafe, but then when I actually got a proper job working in a hotel, I was only there about 2 months, and then COVID hit. So, the prison went into lockdown, so I didn't get to work anymore. Yeah, it's horrific. Nice to meet you too. Right, guys, like I said, yeah, drop me an email if you're interested in coming on, doing a live or doing a recording in person if you'd rather not do a live. let me know. Thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock on the True Crime Whisperers channel. If any of you aren't subscribed to her, jump over and subscribe. We'll be doing a live tomorrow night on hers. Right, I will speak to you all soon. And I'll be back live Monday evening as well. So I'll put a little post up so you guys know. I'll be back on my channel on Monday evening, probably on my own. You can just do a Q&A again. All right, I'll speak to you all soon.